it's got the creeping is quite hard, but it doesn't drop good items, and the orc is quite item reliant. The orc likes good items, and the creeping in this map is somewhat item poor. As I said, there are 4 Blade Master items, but you can only expect to get 2 of them. Chances of getting a Claws of Attack are, what, 50%? That's not great Blade Master creeping territory. So, perhaps a Farseer map? I don't know. I mean, Harass here is quite practical, just given that the bases are close together, you know where your opponent is, and that there are those 2 camps that you can creep with grunts. For human, one problem that human will have with this map is the distance. I mean, this expo is a little bit difficult to protect. It looks like it's not going to be easy to protect an expansion that you take at your natural, because it's quite far away from your main. I mean, you could try expanding across here, but that's way too far and too close to your opponent. So this is quite far from your main. Very difficult to protect, and it's almost certainly going to get scouted because the opponent is going to be passing by here a lot to get to the shop. Also, there's a merc camp right outside your expo, which could mean that it could be quite easily merc pushed. Should a player decide to go that route, I think it would be very hard to get an expo up here and hard to tower the expo effectively, especially with this very. There's not much of a tree line here. Your expo is pretty much going to be exposed. You can't really. I mean, where do you put the towers? If your expo goes here, I mean, the towers could go here, but then the opponent could come down it from this position. So you kind of have to surround it, and that's unfortunate. The only other thing you could do is put the towers out here, which makes them awfully exposed. It makes there no possibility whatsoever of getting hit in expo. So that's unfortunate for human. On the other hand, I think the human may have some really nice creeping opportunities here for militia creeping, especially this lab. If the pros, I'm not a good militia creeper. I've tried it. I fail very hard at it. But the pros almost certainly can manage to militia creep this very efficiently, get some big rewards early in the game, possibly the Book of the Dead if they're lucky. And a Book of the Dead on such early creeping would be really huge. So that would. My guess is that a human on this map is not going to fast expand. Instead, go for militia creeping the tough camps. This one, well, probably this camp first, the Ogre Troll camp, and then the Goblin Lab if that proves to be possible, and maybe this one as well. So, definitely all sorts of creeping options for a human player. Yeah, another advantage that Undead will have is the ability to take out this Red Drake with Gargoyles very fast and efficiently, and that, in particular, Undead versus Night Elf, I think is going to be heavily Undead favored on this map, because of the ease of Gargoyle Harass over this huge bank of trees. I mean, there's this bit of a gap that you can clear up by mining, as you see here. Excuse me. But overall, the map is very protected from trees. There's no way to flank the gargoyles, somewhat like on Turtle Rock. There's just no way to position anything in a safe place. The gargoyles have free reign over your entire base. There's no way to put anything behind the trees to get them. I mean, Tyrannus Stand has that problem for the Gargs. If they fly over towards the Goblin Lab, there could be something there like a unit to put damage on them or kill them. Here it's completely safe. Also, for the same reason, it might be a good map for any sort of air strategy like Dragonhawks. I mean, I would love to see the Bat Harass, but I don't think that's going to happen. Just not effective enough, even with Liquid Fire, and that takes tier 3. So I think this is definitely a good air map, which favors Undead. It could also be good for Wyverns. Yeah, and as you can see, if you decide to mine out the trees behind your base, that can give you a little edge over the gargoyles because they can't pass across here anymore without being attacked. But if you're going to mine there, as you can see, it's quite far from your main hall. It's hard to put a war mill up there because you'd have to plant it early. You'd have to leave this space empty early in the game. And this bestiary has gone down over where the old trees are. Let's see, is there anything else I can say about this? I just haven't seen enough games on it to really make any more significant comments than that. it'll be interesting to see how this 3-lane idea plays out. Um, I think the lanes are probably short enough that there's not going to be a significant effect, but on the other hand, what it might mean is that you could send, if you send units around in a way that your opponent is not expecting, they're trapped on another lane. Let's say you send them on the bottom lane and they're in the middle, that they might have if they don't see them, they'd have a bit of trouble getting to them, just because, I mean, if you're down here creeping that camp and they're up here, they're going to have to come all the way around to attack you. It also means that if you're creeping, your opponent does not have to pass through your area to attack your base. So the opponent go down the middle and you'll be out on the side creeping and you'll be unawares. So scouting is going to be quite important. There are a few trees near the tavern for night elf wisps, but otherwise I mean, it's quite open and it would be very difficult to hide a wisp here. In fact, it would, I mean, yeah, there's not even a way to get a wisp in there, is there? So there's no place to hide a wisp that it can't be picked off. Looks like all the trees are carefully blocked off with doodads. So, yeah, they're intentionally designed so that you can't put a wisp in an unattackable position. And I think that's a good idea, although I don't know if you can get a wisp through there. Anyway, definitely some good design has gone into this map, and I hope it provides some balanced games and not too much whining about, oh my god, Tome of Experience, because those are not in this map. Anyway, yeah. Oh well, no, let's not do that. Okay, thanks for listening. This is Anonymous signing off.